Thank you for listening to KLMU Online Radio. You just listened six songs. The first three songs are the songs that I listened the most during the month of June, and those were songs by the Beach Boys. And sadly, it is because Brian Wilson, this musical genius, leader of the Beach Boys, he passed away in June 11, if I remember correctly, in Beverly Hills, California. And yeah, I got really sad that day. I just find out that he died. I think on social media I read the news and I was like, oh no, I'm so sad that maybe it was like my tiny hope of maybe having the chance to see him performing live or something like that. I don't know. It just like it's sad that maybe he could still keep making music for us, but sadly he had to pass away, health issues. But yeah, the first three songs you just listened were Wendy by the Beach Boys, Sloop John B by the Beach Boys, and Don't Worry Baby by the Beach Boys. I think maybe those are like my three favorite Beach Boys songs. I know that I love Wendy just because of like the harmony, the melody, the texture of the song. It's just like it blew my mind. As I told you before, that the first time I listened to that song, I was like eating a cheeseburger and drinking soda in a restaurant in Madrid. To be specific, it was a Johnny Rocket. And I need to tell you something. Sorry for the detour I'm going to make. But it's like happening a massacre of Johnny Rockets disappearing around the world. Because I used to live in Madrid, Spain. And then, it's suddenly the only two Johnny Rockets in Madrid, they disappeared when I was studying and living in Madrid. And then now here in LA, oh, here are many Johnny Rockets. I'm going to be eating in Johnny Rockets. And suddenly I go to Johnny Rockets like in south of Inglewood, and I go to the last day. They are like, oh, today's the last day. We're closing. Oh, wow. And then Universal Studios theme park, they're also closing. They closed. And then I don't remember what other parts of LA. Sadly, I'm just like freaking out of why too many Johnny Rockets are closing around the world. Sadly, I used to really enjoy eating there, but well, they they have been disappearing. Sorry for the very weird detour of me talking about Johnny Rockets. Now, you just listen those first three songs from the previous round, and then you just listen three songs from musicians that I love, wonderful artists, singers, songwriters. Everything that they do is excellent music, excellent art. First, you listen Yoga. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yoga by Björk. I love Björk. Also, you listen Double Bubble Trouble by MIA. Ooh, she's a legend, of course. And finally, you listen 400 Lux by Lord. I also think she's a legend. Three wonderful musicians that I listened during my beautiful once-in-a-lifetime trip to South Korea. Yep, just as you listened, I had the very beautiful, incredible privilege, luxury to visit South Korea and another country that I will tell you in a few seconds. I want to congratulate to South Korea, the country, and all the people because it was so touristic friendly. It's just like a beautiful place that I enjoy. I fully enjoy. The food, Korean barbecue, the libraries, bookstores, the old temples, Korean historic buildings, and also I had the chance to see a little bit of Han Kang's books being like in Korean bookstores. So it was very interesting to see her books in those places. I forgot to visit her bookstore. That was like a gigantic mistake that I made there. Also, I didn't have the chance to visit the Seoul Olympic places, so I have an excuse to come back to Seoul, South Korea, and also visit the other South Korean cities. But yeah, I told you that in July I visited South Korea, and I also visited another wonderful place, another wonderful country, and that was Japan. So, as you know, I'm a person who likes movies, and I love the movie Lost in translation. So when I found out that I was going to visit Japan, I was like, oh, I'm just going to start watching anime, listening to music inspired by Japan, and And that included rewatching Lost in Translation like 3 or 4 times before I visited Japan, and like 2 more times after I visited Japan and returning to LA. So I think this is a good spot to start playing music that I listened during my visit to Japan. This is John Stein-Siena speaking live from KLMU Online Radio. Thank you so much for listening to this radio station or listening to the radio at all, because it is a very wonderful medium that people should listen to once in a while. So I'm here about to play music inspired by Japan. I will start with this beautiful song included in the movie Lost in Translation. 3, 2, 1, here we go.